Archicad tip of the week today is post-processing rendering, which is also really important. When you do renderings in Archicad, or for any program for that matter, they're not always perfect. Sometimes you may need to do some post-processing in a photo-based application to kind of help you fix certain aspects of the rendering or customize it stylistically also to what you may want. There are both fee-based and free editors out there. Photoshop's the one I use. Really like it. It's a monthly fee for that, or a yearly annual fee for that that you can get. There's also free editors such as Photoscape, GIMP, and some others out there that you can use as well. One of the things that's really popular to do that I've often do with Photoshop is to overlay renderings. So for example, you render an Archicad, you create this great rendering, right? But you want to kind of tone it down a little bit, put, maybe it's an early design phase. You want to make it feel a little more sketchy for the client, but still with some of the color background. And so you could create both a rendering with a sketch rendering and the 3D photo rendering, take those into Photoshop, put those on two different layers, use the opacity as a really simple example to kind of create that kind of effect. And then you can also do what's called a linear burn. It could also give you more of a sketch effect where, the lines, are burned into the actual photo rendering. So you kind of get this two sketch rendering overlaid with the actual color. And then you can even change a little bit of the opacity too to give it that more sketch up-esque effect for the rendering. Another great way of kind of giving you some character to that. If you're using something like Photoscape as an example, they have a really great vignette. You can do the same thing in Photoshop too, a vignette effect that can create that sort of darkened edge for you. And GIMP also has a nice effect. Again, you can do the same thing in Photoshop, but this is one of the things that they can do, where you create that effect of overlays and manipulating of images for a brush overlay, where you're kind of overlaying those pieces, putting some different things like people and effects, fading those out a little bit, and even brushing them out so that you can kind of see the sketch beyond sort of the edge of the rendering and giving that kind of effect to it as well. And that is our tip of the week today.